Hey there everyone, it's Misty here. Welcome to a really quick update. So it's been a hot minute since I've seen you. I hope you guys are doing well. I don't have a whole lot to report to you. I went back on keto last week and things have been going okay. My blood sugars have been running in the low 150s. A couple of mornings I got up, it was in 120s. I have started producing ketones again. This morning they were 0.4. So not high, but after having a week of carb overload, I'm really glad that my body's kind of bouncing back quickly. So I just wanted to share real quick because I actually went to a rheumatologist this morning. So the last time I saw you guys, I had gone the last week of June, and then I'd gone on the 6th to get a Rezuvo shot. And I mentioned in my last video that medication was spendy, and I did end up getting it with a copay card. And I took my last dose last Tuesday. So I'd only had 2 doses of that before today's appointment. So when I went, we went over my blood work. And I think I mentioned when I was diagnosed that it didn't show up in the blood work, just like my myasthenia didn't show up in the blood work. Well, now it has. She retook those, she redid that blood work, that initial blood work, she said, just to see if there was a difference. And she said that my blood work shows that the disease is progressing rapidly. She said something to that effect. Like it's definitely showing up in the blood and it's a lot. So we talked about the Rezuvo and she said, I just don't think it's going to be. And then she looked at my hand. She's like, yeah, your joints are really, really swollen. And I said, yeah, they really, really are. My nails are kind of crazy. Did them this weekend and I was kind of bored. So I started Humira today, and I don't really know what to think. I mentioned in my last video, it's been a lot. Like I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety and depression, not necessarily depression, but a lot of anxiety, And I feel like my brain is kind of just shutting this part off. Like like it's going, I can't hear you. I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. But, yeah, I'm just so, I don't know. I don't want to feel like I'm defeated because it's only been a year. I mean, it took a year, for the myasthenia to start getting under control, but I don't know. It's just scary. It's just really scary and now I'm doing the injection. We're going to give that 6 weeks. I think that'll give me 3 because you do it every 2 weeks. And if I don't see an improvement with the injection, she wants to do an infusion. She said the infusion would be a bit better because it's based on my weight. So it'll be exactly, they can kind of get the amount correct. So that's really the biggest news. And like I said, my brain is kind of, it doesn't even want to compute. Like it doesn't even want to think about it. It doesn't even want to care about it. And I know that that's not the best way to think about things, but in the grand scheme of things, there's really not much I can do to control it. So I spoke to my pain management doctor on Friday, and they're doing telemed. So he wants me to consider, I'm having an injection done in my neck. So you guys know, if you've been with me, I have OPLL, which is the ossification of the posterior longitudinal ligaments, meaning the ligaments running north and south in my spinal canal are basically calcifying and turning to bone. And then I have spinal stenosis, which is a narrowing of the spinal canal. So right at the base of my neck, kind of where my buffalo hump is, there is 0 space, but in the spinal canal, like the spinal cord and the ligaments, they're all bunched up right there. And that's where a lot of my pain comes from. That's where a lot of my nerve pain comes from. That's where a lot of just my regular pain comes from. I also have a straightened neck. Like my neck isn't curved like it's supposed to be. It's straight. So I have a lot of issues right there. And the pharmacy where I've been getting my lidocaine patches, I'm guessing they went out of business. I don't know. I've called and left a message. No one's called me back. So I haven't had a pain patch in a little over a week. So the nurse was like, okay, we can just send this to CVS. And I was like, well, that's cool because I've been getting them from a compound pharmacy. So Rob picks them up on Saturday, and they are the cheapest crap I've ever seen in my life. Number one, they're made of plastic, and the ones that I have been using are made of some kind of cloth. And then number two, they don't stick. I literally had them on for maybe 5 minutes and they fell off. So I called CVS to see if I could exchange them. And of course they said no, and they don't even carry anything else. And he's like, well, let me talk to the pharmacist and see what you could do to help you out. And he came back on, he's like, well, if you have a Band-Aid that's bigger, you could put that on there. I'm like, okay, so this patch is like, I don't know, yay big. And you want me to put a Band-Aid on it to keep it on. So Rob's like, what are you going to do? I was like, I'm going to call the doctor on Monday, which I did. And I'm going to ask them to go back to a compound pharmacy. The other thing he mentioned is that since I respond so well to the lidocaine and the lidocaine cream, he and his partners are in the process of creating their own special pain cream. And one of the things that's going to have I think he said lidocaine, menthol, eucalyptus, and then he said a high concentration of pure CBD. And as you guys know, I did try CBD oil. And honestly, when I got home from the hospital last June, because they sent me home with no pain pills, like I had none, the CBD oil really, really did help. But as I was taking like the highest dose, I think, or the next to highest dose, and I just wasn't seeing $250 worth, $250 worth of pain relief a month. So I stopped taking it. So I'm really excited to get that. And I'm very, very lucky that my pain responds well to topical, the lidocaine patch. I mean, the lidocaine patches are the real MVP of my life. And they don't take the pain away completely, but they dull it down enough that I can actually, do something, especially the pain in my neck, because that is just, that is next level. And like I said, it goes down both my arms. It causes me to have really bad nerve pain. My arms go numb, or it feels like they're on fire. So it can be a struggle, and it's a lot. So I'm expecting a call either today or tomorrow for them to set up the injection. It's not a steroid. It's not a steroid. I can't remember what he called it, but it's not a steroid. So it's not going to be like the epidural I had in 2017. So I told him, I was like, I'm willing to try whatever you think will help. And he said, well, what did your neurosurgeon say about surgery? And I said, he basically said, we're going to wait till I'm almost paralyzed. And because he said it's going to be an entire spine surgery. So, and then I was sitting in the rheumatologist's office today, and they have it's a TV, but it plays stuff about rheumatology, like what a rheumatologist treats. And one thing it was talking about, I can't say it. It's AS spondylosis, something spondylosis. It's a something spondylosis. I don't know how to pronounce it. One of the try guys? Yeah, one of the try guys from BuzzFeed has it. But it listed off a ton of symptoms that I have. So she and I talked about it, and she's like, I don't think that's what you have. She said, but that doesn't mean that we can't test for it in the future, because a lot of it is in your back. And I was like, well, maybe I was misdiagnosed. So honestly, I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah, so starting Humira, started it today. I got an injection at the doctor's office. I don't know that I feel any different. And that's what I told her. She's like, well, do you feel any different between the Methotrexate pills and the Rezuvo? I was like, I've had 2 dosage. I said, I don't feel any kind of difference. And that's why she said, let's go ahead and do the Humira. So we'll see how it goes. If you are on Humira, please don't tell me any horror stories. Please don't tell me any horror stories. I am the queen of side effects. And if there's a side effect, I almost always get it. And this one has I could develop lupus. You could get MS. So I just let me know if it's working for you. I guess that's all I want to know. She's like, it's not going to make you any worse off than, because I also am on the azathioprine or the Murin or whatever. So yeah, I'm just doing what I can do, and that's all I can do, right? So anyway, I haven't weighed. I weighed at the doctor's office, but of course they weigh me with clothes on, and I don't go by that weight. So I don't know if I'll weigh in for August, because let's be honest, I'll probably gain 15 pounds just in water weight going on carbs like that. So, but I'm feeling much better mentally, I guess. I'm still experiencing a lot of anxiety. This weekend I had the sniffles again, you know, I had a sore throat and I had phlegm, and I was like, ugh. But then we had like every time we have a chance of spotty showers or whatever, when the pressure changes, my body just goes haywire. My inflammation goes haywire and my sinuses go haywire. So it's been my sinuses, and I just have to stop freaking out about it. But other than that, we're doing okay. Rob is still working from home. It doesn't look like they're going to go back at all this year that we know of. So yeah, we're just keeping on. So hope you guys are doing well. Let me know in the comments. I'm not going to say anything about wearing a mask, because finally Donald Trump put one on his dumb face, and now maybe people will wear a mask. We'll see. But anyway, I love you guys. I know that I'm not around much, but hopefully I'll get back to a point where I want to share with you guys, because that's really what it is. It's not about, it's just, I commented on Smoky Glow. I don't know if you guys know her, Hannah. She did a video and she was talking about these influencers like Tana Mojo and Jake Paul and all these kids who are going out and about in California to all these parties, not social distancing, you know, not using their platform to really spread education. And I just commented that it's demoralizing. It's completely demoralizing when you have friends and family who give zero shits. They have no regard for your life. They have no regard for the life of others. I mean, and they're still out, you know, going to t-ball games and rodeos and on vacations. And it's just, I mean, I'm not begrudging anybody wanting to feel a little bit of normal, but, you know, those of us who are ill, we don't have that luxury, and it sucks. And no, it's not your fault that I'm sick. It's not my fault I'm sick either. It's not like I said, oh, let me, you know, I really want to make myself have a autoimmune disease. That's not how it happened. But at the end of the day, people are going to be selfish, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I just have to do what I can do here at home to make sure that I'm keeping myself safe. So yeah. So anyways, I love you guys. I don't know when I'll see you again, but I'll see you soon. Bye for now.